Index. Let's learn about index. If you have a number and its power, so that number is basically called the base, and the power you can name it as power, index, exponent, or order. So these are four names for the top number. So the bottom one is the base, and the top one can be called as an index, a power, or exponent, or order. We can say order of 2 is 3, exponent of 2 is 3, power of 2 is 3, index of 2 is 3, right? Okay, now let's learn laws of indices. Okay, so there are many laws of indices which we need in O levels and IGCSE mathematics. So let's learn it one by one, right? So the first law of indices is when you have a to the power m product a to the power n. Okay, so when we have in product and we have the same number, the first number to some power, product the second number to some power, but those two numbers must be same. When the bases are same, this is a base, right? So when the bases are same, we just add the powers in the product. So a to the power m plus n, we just need to add the powers, right? So let's practice some examples on this rule. Okay, so the example is, let's say if I have x cube multiply x square. Okay, now the bases are same, we can just add the powers 3 plus 2, so this is x to the power 5. Let's take another example. If I have 2 to the power 5 multiply 2 to the power 3, again the bases are same, just add the powers in the product, which is 5 plus, sorry, 5 plus 3, which is 2 to the power 8. All right, so that is a first law for indices. Okay, when the bases are same in the product, we add the powers. Right, now let's do the same thing in division. Okay, so if you have first divide the second, again when the bases are same in the division, you can subtract the powers, the first minus the second. This is the second rule. All right, so let's do an example for this rule as well. If I have x to the power 7 divides x to the power 3, so how can we, when the bases are same in division, we can just subtract the power 7 minus 3. This is x to the power 4. Or if you have 4 to the power 5 divides 4 to the power 2, this is 4 to the power 5 minus 2, which is 4 cube. 4 cube is 64, right? So in the first law, when you have the same bases in the product, you add the powers, and when you have the same bases in division, you subtract the powers, right? All right, so now let's move to the next law. Law number 3. Okay, now the third law is when you have the different bases in the product and you have the different the same powers, right? Before we have the same bases but different powers, right? Now we have the different bases, same bases, different powers. Now different bases and same powers, right? So here we can say a times b, and you can write this as the whole power is m, because the first term power is same, the second term power is same, so we can take that power common outside. Okay, now let's practice some example on this rule. If I have 3 to the power 2 multiply 5 to the power 2, again bases are different when the powers are same, so 3 times 5 its whole square, or we can say 3 times 5 is 15, 15 whole square, and we have learned the square of 15 is 225. You must know the square of first 20 numbers, and for cube you must know the cubes of first 10 numbers, for because this will help you in your non calculator exam. Okay, let's do another example. If I have 3 cube multiply 10 cube, now the power is same but the bases are different, so 4 times 10, which is 40, take its whole cube, so 40 whole cube. 4 cube is 64, and for 0 you have to write down 0 3 times because of this cube, right? So we have 64,000. All right, now let's move to the fourth rule. When you have a different basis in division, but you have the same powers, right? The bases are different, but the powers are same. So we can write down the first base over the second base and combine its whole power, right? Okay, so let's do an example. If I have 10 cube divides 5 cube, I can write this down 10 by 5 whole cube, right? So 5 times 2 is 10, so 2 whole cube, that which is equals to 8. Or if I can do 16 cube divides 4 cube, then I can do 16 by 4, its whole cube, equals 4 times 4 is 16, and whole cube, 4 cube is 64. All right. Now the fifth law is when you have any number to the power 0 is always equals to 1, but that number should be non-zero number, right? Let's say I can take an example. If I have a number 2, 2 to the power 0 is 1. 9 to the power 0 is 1, right? Or if I can take 928, its whole power 0, which is equals to 1. So this is basically any number to the power 0 is always equals to 1, right? Or if I can practice an example like if I have 5 square multiply 5 to the power 0. So how do we evaluate this? 5 square is 25 and 5 to the power 0 is 1. So the simplified answer is 26, right? So keep it in mind that any number to the power 0, any non-zero number to the power 0 is always equals to 1. Okay, now the next law is 1 to the power any number is always equals to 1, right? For example, if I can take 1 to the power 8, which is 1, 1 to the power minus 247, that is also equals to 1. So 1 to the power any integer, whether it is 0, um, uh, whether it is positive or negative. 1 to the power 0 is also 1. 1 to the power positive integers, negative integers, it is always equals to 1. Means 1 to the power any number, any integer is always equals to 1, right? Now next law is if you have a number, its power and its whole power as well, then what you can do, the number and multiply those two powers, right? Let's practice some examples on this law number 7. So if I have 2 cube and its whole power is 2, so how do I write this? 2 to the power 3 times 2, so 2 to the power 6, right? Or if I have x cube y square and its whole power is 4, right? Now x cube multiply by 4 into y square multiply by 4. The powers basically do the product, right? Okay, so x 3 times 4 is 12 and y 2 times 4 is 8. This is a simplified form, right? All right, now the next law is if you have a number with a negative power, it means it is the reciprocal. Or if I can say a to the power minus 2 is 1 over a square. Or we can say if 1 over a to the power negative 3, we can also write this down a cube. The reciprocal, basically, we do the reciprocals. Okay, I wrote it in the simplified form that if you have a to the power negative number, then we do the reciprocal. A to the power minus 1 is 1 over a to the power 1. Or if in the denominator, in the reciprocal, you have a negative power, you shift that power number to the numerator to make it positive power, right? Now let's practice some examples. So if I have 2 to the power negative 3, this is 1 over 2 cube, which is 1 by 8, right? Or if I have another example, I can say 3 over 2 to the power minus 2. This 3 is as it is. Now 2 to the power minus 2, we have to shift this into the numerator to make it positive power. So 3 times 2 times 2 is 4, which is equals to 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Or let's practice another example. If I have 9 to the power negative 2 is 1 over 9 square, which is 1 over 81, right? Or let's take another one. If I have 1 over x and its whole power is negative 2. In the fraction, when you have the negative power, then you have to do the reciprocal of that fraction. X 1 over x is x over 1, its power is positive 2. Now x square over 1 square. So this is x square and 1 square is just 1, so just x square. Right? So this is how we deal with the negative powers. Law number 9 is when you have the nth root of some number, we can write this down that a to the power 1 over n. Right? This is the first one. Or if I have the nth root of some number to some power, then it means that number, its and power is whole power is 1 over n, or a to the power m over n. Right. So now let's practice some examples related to law number 9. All right. Now the first one, if I, by using this law, the first one is if I have 8 and its cube root and its power is 2. So we can write this down, 8 square and its whole power is 1 over 3. 8 square is 64 and its 64 power is 1 over 3. And we know that 4 cube is 64 and its whole power is 1 over 3. So we can cancel 3 by 3. So the simplified answer is only 4, right? Okay, so another one, let's do it. If I have a cube root of 27 square, so we can write this down as 27 squared and its whole power is 1 over 3. Or 27, 3 cube is 27, 3 cube whole square and its whole power is 1 over 3. Okay, so this 3 and this 3 we can cancel out. 3 square is left, which is equals to 9. Okay, so the third one, if I have 9, its square root and its power is cube. Okay, so 9 cube and its whole power is 1 by 2. 9, we can say 3 square is 9 and its whole cube and its whole power is 1 over 2. So this 2 power and 2 is cancelled. 3 cube is left, which is equals to 27, right? Okay, now I'm gonna give you one question for practice, the same style question. If I have cube root of 64 whole square. So this question you have to do as a practice, and you can send me your answers in a comment section, right? Okay, so let's do more examples with the fractions as well. How do we solve the fractions, right? So if I have now with the fifth example, let's say 64 over 25 and its whole power is 1 by 2. So we can write this down as 64 over 25 and the square root. Root 64 is 8, root 25 is 5. This is simple one. Sixth example if is 9 over 16 and its whole power is minus 1 by 2. So we are using the other law here, the negative law. This one, right? So when you have a negative power in the fraction, what you do, you have to do the reciprocal of the fraction to make the positive power, which is 16 over 9. Now its power is 1 by 2. Now 16 over 9, 1 by 2 is a square root. Root 16 is 4, root 9 is 3. 4 by 3 is a simplified form, right? Okay. Another one I'm going to give you as a practice, 64 over 27 and its whole power is negative 2 by 3. This question is for your practice. The same style question like example 3 and 6. Okay, so you can do this question and send me your answers in the comment section. And if you need any assistance on this question, you can also ask me in the comment section. Okay, now the next example number 8. Let's say I have x to the power 6 and its whole power is 1 by 2. How do we simplify this? X to the power 6 by 2, which is x to the power 3, right? Or another one is, if we have 25 x square divides 5x to the power negative 4. So it's a division question. So 25x square divides 5x to the power negative 4. So 25 divided by 5, and we have x to the power 2 over x to the power negative 4. So here we do 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 5 is 25. Now this is a negative power in the denominator. We have to shift that power to the numerator to make it positive. 5, we have x square, shift this power x power 4. When the bases are same, we add the powers. 5x to the power 4 plus 2, which is 5x to the power 6. This is a simplified form for that question, right? This is for law number 9. These are practice questions for law 9. Now the 10th law for the indices is, if we have any number to the power m equals to the same number to the power n, then we can say m should be equals to n. When the bases are same, we can say the powers, we can equate the powers. When we equate the powers, this thing used in solving exponential equations. Only in exponential equations we are using this to solve, right? Okay, so for example, let's do some examples as well. So the first example, if I can say x to the power 2 to the power x is equals to 16. Okay, how do I solve this? Okay, so 2 to the power x, 16 is basically 2 to the power 4. Now the same basis, we can say x is equals to 4. Another example, if I have 4 to the power x is equals to 16. So here 4 to the power x, we have to make the same basis. 4 times 4 is 16, 4 square is 16, the bases are same, so